Hello gang, hello friends. Sorry, that was really loud. Hello. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Gang friends, I missed that bit. Today we're going to be doing something floaty light. Thank you for being here with me. I've calmed down. We're going to be doing today one of these. I filmed doing this one and all the footage was blurry, so I was a bit miffed, I suppose you could say. So we're going to do more, and I'm kind of glad because this is like the first pancake and I think the other two are better. So we're going to wiggle it around a bit so you can see, and they are 360-degree Aquarium. Are you allowed to call them that? Did someone not copyright that maybe? Aqua nails, water nails. There's not water in there. The plan was Planetarium, 360-degree Planetarium nails, because there's shitloads of stars in there. So let's call them Planetarium nails. Although they're floating. Planets are floating, are they? Anyway. So one of you told me about these pre-made aquarium tips, which is not what these are. But I tried these and they're shit, to put it lightly. They're very short, which kind of defeats the point. And they're sealed at the top there, and they're sealed on either side, and then they're open at this end bit here. But where it's curved, the bottom, the sort of underside of it, where it's curved to match the shape of the top of the nail, which would be nice, but you can't get anything in there. There was no movement. I tried. I put them on. I gelled over the lot of them, all 5 fingers on one hand. I don't know why I didn't put the stuff in first. And then realised that you couldn't get anything in them really, so took them all off so they can bugger off. Go away. So we're going to do this instead. So instead of the sort of aquary nails, that bit's a bit messy, that you see that have flat bottoms, I thought, well, I want them to move. I want things to move. I don't want them to just gently float around. I want them to move a lot. Like when you move your finger, I want it all to fall up or down. So I'm taking, for each finger, I'm going to take 2 super long tips. They're bigger than I realised when I ordered them, but I love them. And we're going to size it up to our nail. Can't do anything with that long finger on. And on the underside, I'm going to mark where the tip of my finger is, the finger pad is. And then we're going to cut at that line. I'm also going to cut in to the scheduled programming to tell you about today's video sponsor, which is JEULIA Premium Artisan Jewellery. If you've seen lots of my videos, you'll know that I have shown quite a lot of their pieces. I don't know if you're ready for today's. It is the most, oh my word, look at it. It's the most beautiful thing I think I've ever seen. It's so sparkly and so gorgeous. I'll put all the details for this in the description, as well as a discount code to use at JEULIA to get money off your orders. This ring my niece picked out, so I thought I'll let her pick something this time, and she's going to go nuts when she sees this because it is absolutely stunning. Look how smart. I feel like a princess wearing it. Am I just not the most beautiful princess in all the land with that on my finger? Yes I am. This is the JEULIA Halo Heart Cut Sterling Silver ring, and I think it looks like the most precious diamond in the world. It's incredible. I think Christmas is coming up soon, isn't it? If you want to treat yourself, or you want someone else to treat you, then direct them to the link in my video description to head to the JEULIA website and get some money off your orders. The prices are incredible. Quality is amazing. Seriously, head over to their website and have a look because you will not be disappointed. I love being able to show you these things. Thank you so much to Julia for sponsoring the video. Let's do some nail stuff. Careful with that. And then we're going to cut at that line. This is going to be the underside. So I'm just going to straighten up the cut because I didn't cut it very well. And that I used one of the Madame Glam acrylic paint. I'm tapping them. Still got them on. The acrylic paint pens just to mark that because that will wipe off with some isopropyl alcohol. And then on the one we haven't cut, I'm going to use, I think this is a 180 grit file, to really thin out this area so that when we do come to putting it there isn't such a massive ridge because I'm not going to put it all the way to the back. And then we're going to buff that was the underside, so I want to buff, I'm doing the top as well, but I want to buff the sides of it, these bits, so that when we stick these things together, that it's not a shiny surface that the gel's trying to stick to. This is a super important part, buffing over all the nail and these bits, because one of them I didn't buff that much, and when I put the gel on to seal them together and then did the next step, all the gel just started peeling off because it was too shiny. So really give them a good buff before moving on. But before we stick them together, we need to mark out, this is a weird step I'm going to do, but I think it helps. Oh, sorry. Shh. I think it helps. I'm now going to mark on the top of the full one where the tip of my finger is, the nail, my real nail. And then I've wiped these clean of any buff dust. And I'm going to take no wipe top coat and I'm going to coat the inside, so the underside of each of these. I'm not 100% sure. Well, the reason is because the one I've got on that you can see I'm wearing there, it doesn't look as clear as the others, and I hadn't done it on that one. And because I thought it didn't look very clear, I thought if I shiny the inside, but only up to that line on that one, because the bit above it we're going to stick to our nails, so we don't want that top coated, that it would help with the clarity, but also it might help things slide around in there, you know, because it's all shiny, which I think it did. And then I'm just going to rebuff the sides in case they got any top coat on them, and clean them up before we stick them together. So the whole Aquaria, I'm going to call them Aquarium nails. I don't know if you're allowed to say aquarium nails, are you? Just said it, never mind. The whole sort of thing is to have stuff moving around. So I'm like, why make it flat on the bottom? Why not make it a full circle so there's just more room for more shit inside and more stuff going on? So I'm taking, this is Canny Builder Gel in clear. It's cheap. I like it. You can prime it. I've always used this for gel extensions. I don't know, it's quite a runny consistency, but I've really liked it. And it's a hard gel, so it's a file off gel. But you could use any other gel you want for this bit or something else. So I've lined the shorter one, careful, with the gel, and then I'm going to place it on this little, on the long one, but on this little tray that fits inside the lamp I'm using. Oh, this was the first one I tried. Put too much stuff in so you can't see it moving. I have only ever watched an Aquarium Nails video by Long Hair Pretty Nails. I've just seen she's got a new Aquarium video out, so I'll watch that in a minute, but maybe we should tag her and see what she thinks of these, because she's so good at them. She's awesome. So that's cured now. Now we have our kind of build, our structure. I'm going to take more of the Canny Builder Gel and I'm going to go around all of it. I want to sort of seal it as one unit and also make it harder and tougher than just the tip material. So we'll go all the way around that, and And I think I avoid the bit that I'm holding, and I just sort of fade out the gel. I can't do anything with that nail, and I've got 3 of them on now. It's been an interesting few days. Yeah, I faded out towards that top bit because I wanted that to stay thin and quite flexible, where I'd filed it down a lot for when we come to apply it to the nail. So just feather that out towards the top. So I'm going to cure that now, and I'll twist it like this while it's in the lamp, although it has a mirrored bottom, so it should be fine. And then I'm going to go over it again, not a thick layer, but not a thin layer, a kind of medium, a baby bear layer, you know, the one whose porridge was just right, over the whole thing. You can do I don't know if I did a third, I don't think I did, but you can if you want. Just making sure that the seal, where they join, these 2 tips, that bit there, that it has got no holes in it, so that the liquid we put inside won't spill out. So we'll cure that, and then we're going to wipe it. Oh, I was my desk doing the first nail, the second nail. Here's a tip: tidy as you go, because the one I have on my fingers here, oh my word, the mess that was over my desk, everything was covered in fucking oil. It was just a disaster. So I had a different head on this time and was like, no, tidy as you go, tidy desk, tidy mind. And it went a lot more smoothly. So I'm buffing now because I want to make it as smooth looking as possible, but also because why? Well, I needed to wipe it. So we're going to wipe it, make it nice and smooth with the buff. And then I'm going to, this limp wipe is really saturated with isopropyl alcohol. So I'm going to wrap it around a cuticle stick and just pokey, stab inside the tube. Should we call it the tube? The compartment? The tube. We'll go with tube. And then go from the other end as well to get any filing dust out of there. And now, we're not putting it on the nail yet. I'm just checking that the bottom goes up to the end of my finger. So now on the back of this piece of paper had some forms on it, nail forms. So I just did a little oval shape with gel and cured it on that paper. And I'm going to glue tack this in place and apply some more gel, builder gel, around the tip here. And this, the next thing I do, and I'm kicking myself now because I've been thinking about it all day whilst wiggling my fingers around, trying with all my might to get a decent picture. I should have wiped that little oval there and then top coated one side of it, or either side, I suppose, it wouldn't have mattered, but top coated one side of it and put that side in on the inside of the tube, because now it's going to be sticky. So anything we put inside it, a bunch of it's going to stick to the tip, which is what's happened, but not a lot, and it still all moves. But if it was shiny top coated, stuff wouldn't have stuck to it. So I would definitely recommend doing that. And then we cured that little lid in place, and I'm going over it. I'm making it quite a bit thicker, not unseemly amount, but thick enough to be secure, and then sealing around it, just again to make sure there's no holes or anything in it. And then cured that and wiped, and now we're filing to make it nice and straight and flat. And then I'll also lightly file around the sides here, just so it's smooth where we've sealed around the edges. But do be careful when you're doing this. You don't want to squeeze too tight, or you want to sort of rest the tube on something, like support it. That's the word I mean. Support it with something. Yeah, my file's a mess. That's oil. It looks so disgusting because it's covered in oil. So now another buff, and then are we ready for the exciting step now, I think? This is a longer video than normal, but it's only 2 nails. So go figure. Well, we're doing a lot, aren't we? So we buffed. We're wiping again. Always wiping. And now we have a sealed unit, a sealed tube, sealed at one end. And then, get on with it. Oh, clean inside again. Constantly cleaning. Because we don't want any dust floating about. It's not what we're here for. We're here for nice, pretty shit. Floating around. Stuff. Nail stuff. So we're going to blue tack it back down. And then I'm taking bio oil because I didn't have any baby oil. Cuticle oil, it didn't work very well for me when I tried on one. So that one I mixed a bit of purple pigment in to give the oil a purple hue. And this one I'm using blue. It does end up turning green. We'll talk about that when we get there. Just the tiniest bit of blue pigment. And I'm mixing it in, I can't find where, oh, the oil's all pulled to the left, but there we go. Mixing it in with that. Yeah, bio oil's not cheap, is it? So if you do have just like a Johnson's baby oil, then use that, but I didn't. And I've got another massive tube of the bio oil somewhere. So, you know, when you have something and you've nearly run out, so you're really sparing with the amount that you use. And then when you get a new one, you're like, yeah, just use loads of it. It's fine. Waste it, pour it away, pour it down the drain. Don't do that. I'm adding a little bit more because where I've tilted the tray here, where it all pulls together, you can see the how translucent it is. So I thought I'll add a bit more just so it wasn't as dark. And now we're taking gold stars, gold glitter, silver moons. Couldn't find any gold hollow moons. I was surprised. Some blue little sort of flakes, and then some gold and blue caviar beads. And then I found this little jar of goodies, which I think is from, I want to say Colourful July, maybe. And they had little gold stars in there. Oh, amazing. So I added a tiny bit first, not all of it first, just a tiny bit. I don't know why. I thought that might solve sort of the problem of things sticking to the end. No, it didn't. But we are now going to add all our little bits and pieces in. And the reason I'm adding it from this end instead of sealing this end and adding from the other end was because it was easy to stand up this way to pour everything in. More stars, lots of stars, obviously. This was meant to be the planetarium, but it turns green because of all the gold stuff I put in there. I think it's these, the gold stars. They must have, the bio oil somehow must have just taken off the coating of some bit somewhere, and it turns the blue liquid green. And now it's gone more kind of yellow. But we just ended up sort of leaning into it and do green stuff on it at the end. So some caviar beads, which will sink to whichever way you're holding the nail, they'll be at the bottom, but I think it seems to help move things around. And then filling it up with the rest of the liquid. It's just above, let's have a look. No, it's it's a tiny bit above halfway of the tube, including all the stuff in there. So it's just above halfway. But before we do anything else, we'll put it to the side. Lordy Lord. You're not from there. Oh, you son of a... Is that a moon? Oh, look at that. In you go. Oh, awesome. I found a gold moon, so that went in there. I'm taking the cut off bit of the tube, the bit that we cut off at the beginning, and I'm holding it upright and using that as a marker for the lid, or the plug, I guess, for the end of it, just to try and get a good fit with this, the bit that we need to plug up. And then I'm mixing I don't know if you need to mix things together, but mixing, don't threaten me with a good time. I wanted to mix it together, which probably didn't help with the fact that it turned green. I can't see in the video at what point it did turn green though. Oh, So now I'm wiping with isopropyl alcohol the rim and the bit that's going to stick to our nail, making sure there's no oil on it, really making sure it's nice and clean. And then I'm going along the rim with the gel, and then I rested my brush on the rim. Can we stop saying rim? Thanks. To get it in line to paint along the back, the inside of the tall one, and then just popped this on top. It's a really good fit. There are some gaps, but we need to go over it again anyway, so we'll cure that in place because it's only thin, that bit. And then I'm going to nip off any extra bits and then fill in all around here and make it thicker, because we don't want it to break. So again, with builder gel, we will go around this and thicken it up, and we'll also go along the edge, and where the bits poked out, you sort of want to go under the bits that poked out, to seal it all in, and then we can give that a full cure as well. Yay! I was so excited. It was really fun to do these, actually. Oh, this bit here. Yeah, so going around here, I'm going to paint around it and then feather it down, because when we file it, we want it to be nice and smooth. I want it to look nice. So I'm just going to feather it down a little bit and then give it a full cure. Get that shit in the lamp. And then wipe again, wipe all the sticky stuff off. Again, I should have top shiny, no wipe top coated one side of that plug, the side that was going on the inside of the tube, because now it's sticky gel, so naturally things are going to stick to it. It's really pissed me off that I'm only just thinking about that, but I suspect this won't be the last video like this. So next time, or if you do it, try that, see if it stops things from sticking to the end. So I'm just filing with a file the all around the edge here to try and make it nice and smooth and neat. The first one isn't very neat, the one I'm wearing, but we learn from our mistakes, don't we? I'm looking at it now, and there's, yeah, all the stuff stuck to the either end. What a wally! Why didn't I think of that? Hindsight, eh? So buffing, always after filing, I always like to buff just to make it nice and smooth. And then what? Then I think we stick it to our nail. I'm going to use, oh, get the fuck on with it. Oh, just checking that it's smooth. Can't really get anything all the way inside that dip to file, but we'll get as much as we can. That's fine. And do you know what else I should have done? Did I do it? Don't think I did. I should have top coated that little seat. It's like a little seat now, isn't it? Should have top coated the bottom of the seat, that bit, before putting it on my finger, but I didn't. But I don't think it's that big a deal, actually, because you can't see it when it's on. So I'm going to take Madame Glam's peel off base coat, and I'm going to cure a layer of that on there. I think I might have done 2 coats, actually, because when I take these off, I want to be able to take them off in one go and keep them. So I'm taking this little torch, I'm putting it in my mouth. I've turned it on. I'm going to put it in my mouth and then tilt it back towards me so it doesn't cure anything, whilst I do this step. This is the X10's gel, which is like an après system, you know, après nails, but it's a lot cheaper. So when I wanted to try that sort of thing, I thought, let's try the cheaper one first. So I popped some of that on the nail, and then we're going to slide the nail onto my natural nail, trying to make sure there's no air bubbles. Wasn't overly fussed if there was, because it's just me. I do care more about nails I do on other people than I do myself. So I've tilted the torch back in my mouth and then tilted it forward to cure it, just long enough for it to stay put, and then I'll give it a full cure in the lamp. I couldn't figure out how to hold my nail like I normally do with long nails on, but we got there. And then where I hadn't put the nail all the way to the back, to the cuticle area, because I wanted to do this. So where I hadn't put it all the way back, there was a ridge. So we're going to file to smooth out that ridge, as you would when you put tips on someone, if you use tips with a well and you want to smooth it out. So we're going to do that at the back, because I thought if I do put the nail on all the way at the cuticle, like as close to it as possible, there's going to be a ridge, but as it grows out, there's going to be a big ridge. So if I put it a bit further forward, then I can file this out smooth and it will grow out smooth. Not that I'm probably going to be keeping them on long enough for there to be any growth, but long enough to try and take some nice pictures, which has proved really, really hard. Trying to get all 3 nails in a picture worthy position, you know, in the glitter in the right spots and things. So I'm taking the builder gel again, and I'm going to, almost as if, well, I'm doing a fill. So where we filed that nail to be smooth, I'm filling in the back so that we have product all the way to the back, and we've got a smooth, why can't I think of the right words? Just an infill. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to buff this out. I didn't need to file it too much. So just buffing it so that it's smooth from, you know, natural nail to the fake nail. And then just buffing over everything. And then we're not going to top yet. The topping's the best bit. But we'll get rid of all the dust. And then we're going to take Blush Rush, which is a Madame Glam polish in their limited edition collection of sort of semi-translucent. Oh my word, my phone's going bananas. Shh, sorry about that. Semi-translucent French colours, and we're going to cover the natural nail bed, and then I'm taking the ombre brush, and I'm just going to feather it down a little bit, and then I'll wipe my brush and then feather the feathered bit down. So feather out the feathered bit, which I didn't do a very good job of on that purple one. It's a bit streaky. And then we'll cure it, and I'm going to do 2 coats of that, and now we can top everything. We will be adding bling, but after we've topped. So we're going to top all 360 degrees of our tube. Maybe we should call them tube nails. Doesn't sound quite so alluring, does it? Oh, look at that. So this is the Madame Glam No Wipe top. Yeah, it's completely green now. But I kind of like it. It's all right. I think it might have been the caviar beads, actually, the blue caviar beads. Actually, no, looking at them now, they're still blue. I don't know. But I'm guessing it's the gold stuff, because the gold's coming off of things, mixing with blue, and gold's kind of yellow, so yellow and blue, green. But that's fine. So we'll go over everything, and then we're going to cure it, and then we're going to add bling. I know, adding bling onto a shiny, cured top coat doesn't sound very secure. However, I've had these on for a few days now, and not a single stone has budged, or caviar bead. So that's a quick look at the movement of the tube glitter. We're going to take these are from Crystal Parade, another place you can get money off, so do check the description. There's loads of codes for loads of nail stuff places. The 2 green ones and the little oval ones, and we're taking McCart's rhinestone glue. This stuff is so good. Okay, the spout breaks. Apparently everyone's spout breaks on it, but it's worth a broken spout, because this is the only gem gel that I've ever had proper success with. You know, crystals lasting as long as you want them to be on there. And even these that I'm putting onto a no wipe top coat, which you would think wouldn't have much grip. Like, I'm trying to pick at them, just, I don't know why. And they're not budging. They're not going anywhere. So I highly recommend that. And you can get money off at McCart as well. All the details are in the description. So I've made a little crystal pattern. Look at me. doing crystal patterns. Didn't have any help with this one. Just made it up as I went along, and I was quite surprised because I generally kind of can't think of any. And now I'm going to add some more just scattered over the nail. These are the ones I've been trying to pick at and unsuccessfully picking at. Just to kind of detract a little bit from the join of the pink to the tube, although it doesn't look too bad. But also I found that this gel, because I was touching it after I cured it, I think it dries tack free, which was really good because I've sunk those ones into, I'm just sealing around everything with top coat, just to be sure. Oh, and I just wanted to take a moment before looking at the stuff moving around to appreciate my crystal placement. Thank you very much. And now we can look at them all swimming around. What was I saying? Oh yes, so the little random ones over the nail, I have put enough of the gem glue on to sink them in so that it kind of raises a little bit around them, gives a little border, but doesn't cover any of the facets. And it has, like I say, dried tack free, so woohoo! And then we have our, should have been Planetarium, because it was going to be blue with all gold stars and shit, but now it's green. There you go. It looks more maybe like a treasure chest or something. But it's the ends, so where both the lids are, the caps, it's sticking to it a bit, but everything in between is moving around quite freely and nicely and quickly as well, because it's not that full of liquid. Okay, are you ready? I hope you were settled in, by the way, because we've got another one now. So I have already built the tube, constructed the tube. We're going to add red pigment to our bio oil. Oh, I've been talking for half an hour. How is everybody? You all right? I hope so. I have been reading all your comments, by the way. So thank you for them. Don't think that they don't get read, because they do. We're going to take some red glitter, these red pieces that I found. I don't know which ones we use. I think just the stars. This one's going to be a Halloween one. Oh, little red diamonds. I like those. And some black hollow glitter. Holy smokes, that's amazing. And some black and red caviar beads. And we will just, I don't think I've put any of the bio oil in yet. I was just trying a different way. So we will put everything in bit by bit. Caviar beads, glitter. I was doing a small bit of each. It's better to do that and then add more if you want to, than add too much of one thing and not have room for everything else. I think I do show you where I filled it up to with stuff. Stars. So the galaxy stars, and then some normal stars, 5-point stars. Always put more stars than everything else in, because stars are just the best, aren't they? Oh, this is my favourite one. So I filled it up to about there, about a third, maybe just under a third. And then we're going to add the red bio oil up to same sort of amount, just over halfway. And then again, we're going to take the bit that we cut off and we're going to hold it upright and use that as a guide for our plug. Just bring it down a bit further than you need to, so that there is an overhang, so you can seal around it. I will get rid of that bit of glitter. And then again, sealing round the edge of this, and then resting my brush on that rim to mark out on the opposite wall. There we go, on the back of the chair. And then we'll plonk this. Oh, this was a bitch to get off. Plonk that on top. Oh, should have top coated one side. I'm so annoyed about that. But I have got an idea for some more like this. So I'll definitely do that next time and see if that helps. It must help because stuff won't be able to stick to it. I don't know. And then cured that in place and then reinforcing it by adding some more gel and sealing all around it. And this is with builder gel. And then filing. And then we'll add it to the nail. I don't know whether I did get this bit on camera. I might not have got the bit where I put it on my nail. I just couldn't, it just wasn't happening for me. Oh no, here we go. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, do I? Just lying to everybody. There's a massive air bubble in this, or at the tip of my nail, there's a big gap. But I tried this a few times and it was just starting to annoy me. So I thought, if there's a gap, there's a gap. So be it. It's only me. And then I filed that as flush as possible. And again, we will fill in the back. This is going to help it stay on as well. I wonder if you could do these as press-ons. I suppose you could, but then you'd see the press-on. I could colour in the back first. That would be cool to have them as press-ons. Right, so I didn't press record, but I'm taking red gel paint and I'm doing some blood drips. Just a dot, and then just pull it up and lift off your pressure as you pull up. And then we're going to fill the back portion with the red gel paint. I'm using the Madame Glam applicator brush, and it's their red gel paint. And I'm taking it down. I want it to go down again to where the tube starts, where all those bloody black beads are stuck that you can see. So I'll go just to there, and then we'll start to curve out in between all of the drips. But yeah, drips are super easy. Just a dot, bit of pressure as you put the dot on, so it does form a kind of drip shape, and then lift up, pull upwards to where your drip is coming from. Release the pressure on your brush as you do so, and then between each one, just make sure it's curved and not hanging from like a straight line, because it will look more gloopy drippy this way. And I think I do add another one on the side. I used the join lines between the two tips as a marker as to how far to go to either side. Oh, I could have done blood on the back as well, but then you would see through to it from the front. Yeah, no, just the front. But yeah, use where they join as to where to end your colour if you are putting something on top. Just like that. Try and get it neat around the edges, although I didn't do the neatest. Oh, do you see that bug? Bloody bugs everywhere because it was so late. Right, finish one thought. I didn't do the neatest job of applying the nail. Okay, bugs everywhere because it was really late, so it was dark, but I had a window open because it's been baking hot. So all the bugs came in and just tried to annoy me. There was one moth. Oh my god, it was huge. And now we're topping. Oh, this one's the best one. Look how cool. And the underside. I loved having them 360. It does, I suppose, look weird. Does it look weird? It's from a side view. Obviously, you've got this kind of half a tube sitting below where your natural nail comes out of your finger, but it doesn't feel weird, like at all. It really doesn't feel weird. Oh, I love this one. It's so good. Oh, imagine if I'd shiny topped the plugs on the inside, but we've still got a lot of movement. I didn't want one that slowly moved and things slowly fell down. I wanted like a snow globe. I wanted to shake it and just stuff be flying all over the place. So now we're going to add some bling to this as well. Yeah, see, it does kind of look weird from the side, but it really doesn't feel weird at all. And it doesn't feel insecure. It's very confident. No, but I mean, it doesn't feel non-structurally sound, structurally unsound. It feels fine. So I didn't know whether to go for the skull, which looked like Snow White's poisoned apple, or the spider. So settled on both of them. Why not? We'll put a big dollop on there for the spider, and then a bit either side where his legs are going to land. And then we'll plonk him on there. And I think flash cure him. My voice is going croaky because I've been talking for 38 minutes. Are you still here? Let me know if you're still here. Leave some kind of spider emoji maybe. Or actually, no, I don't want to see a bunch of spiders. Skull, blood, something red. A red emoji. Let me know you're still here. Thanks if you are. So I've flashed that spider in place. And then the skull, I realised had holes in. So let's put some bling in there. Kind of went a weird way about doing that. Maybe should have put them on after I'd set the skull on the nail. But I'm just putting more gel where the skull's going to go so that it reaches the back of these little red stones. And then realised there was a nose in the hole in the nose. So we'll plonk, plop, plomp one on there, drop it on the nail. I did have to wiggle that nose one around because the crystal went on its side a bit. And then cured that in place, or flash cured at least, so just sort of 10 seconds to keep it still. And then we're going to add some more of the gem gel at the back, and we're going to add some red stones with some black caviar beads. Red and black's such a cool colour scheme, isn't it? I went to the last 2 Halloween parties I went to, which were years ago. Both times I went as a vampire, mainly because it meant I could just wear black and have like blood coming from my mouth and really dark smoky eye makeup, black smoky eyes and a red lip. Perfect. That's about as much fancy dress as I can be asked for Halloween. Halloween's not that big over here. I love it though. Love Halloween nail stuff. Right, back to nails. I am using Builder gel. No, or was I using the gem gel? I think I was using the gem gel because I'd figured out at this point that it was curing tack free. So I'm using that to go inside and around the spider and around the skull to secure it. And now, because when you get a new phone case and a new pop socket, you want to show your friends, and you're my friends, so they'll show you a new phone case. Pop socket does match it more in real life. I don't know why it looks a completely different colour on screen. But yeah, I'm just top coating over the caviar beads so they don't lose their colour, because it's only a cheap set, so I didn't want them to lose their colour. But yeah, you know, when you get something new and you want to show people, my first thought is, I want to show the gang. So there's my new phone case. Do you like it? And here is the first pancake that was not as neat around the sides and everything. And here is the second one, which has turned green, but we just lent into it and I quite like it. Lots of stuff. Yeah, you can see the caviar beads. Whichever way you turn the nail up, they go to the bottom. But I love it. And then this one's my favourite. Oh, come on, move more. Yeah, so that's the Halloween one, and that's it from all angles. Oh, I hope you like them. They move so quickly, all the things inside, and that was my goal. And I think that's probably achieved by not completely filling the nail with the oil, having the shiny top coat on the inside, and having 360 degrees of it. You know, it's not flat on one side, so there's just more room for everything to move about. Unlike those tips that I showed you at the beginning, there was just fucking no room for anything. Oh, and then I realised we'll wiggle them around for a bit, just to look at them because they're cool. Oh, the middle one's all misty, isn't it? Oh, slow-mo, moving around. I realised I hadn't put any red crystals over the cut the slow-mo now. Oh no, we're going backwards now. Woo! Fancy. Oh, be cool to make some that did that by themselves. Some red crystals along the black nail, so we're going to plonk some of those on in a sec. But I didn't do a whole new wiggle scene with those on because, well, I think I do this for quite some time. I was just mesmerised by them. My nieces were here yesterday and they clocked them really quickly and they said, "Can I have them?" I said, "Well, they're attached to me." "Yeah, but can I have them? I want them. I want to take them home." I said, "Can we just marvel at my 360-degree idea, please?" Which I feel like a little bit of a genius for thinking of. Haven't Googled to see if anyone else has done that yet. Don't want to burst my own bubble if they already have. Because I kind of, I'm sure a light bulb went on above my head when I thought about it. I'm adding some crystals now to this, which I think is good because they kind of look like blood drips as well. I like that. And then we'll have another look at it with that. Let me know in the comments what you think. Which one is your favourite? Mine is 100% this one. I know it looks kind of weird from the side, but it doesn't feel weird at all. You can't feel it. It just, yeah, doesn't feel weird at all. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you do like this video, do give a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys being here so much. I really do. Leave me a comment. Come say hello. And I will see you in the next one. Have a lovely day. Bye.